we've reached a consent bond regarding Burks with Attorney Richardson, and just want to know if he could be excused.
That's correct, Judge. In light of the prosecutor, ADA needing a continuance, we negotiated and reached a consent bond.
And that's at position 14
Through
17, correct?
Judge, you know, my numbers are going to be a little different, so I don't want to say yes or no, but it's all Burks.
Is that some you're going to be able to send to me today?
Yes, Judge. I'll be getting that paperwork to Attorney Richardson after the call of the calendar, so he can sign it and return it.
Yeah, Attorney Richardson, is that something you're going to be able to sign today?
I can sign it and get it back as soon as I'm back in my office. Yes.
Okay. All righty then. You're free to go.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, ADA.
Thank you.
And I did, before we go live, I did hear the announcement. I do understand that Attorney Dwight Thomas also has a prior conflict later. So I will try to get to you as soon as we can, sir. Let me call the calendar and then we'll see where we are with the cases. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, for the record, good morning again, everyone. My name is Judge Tamika West Bernard. We are streaming live via YouTube. I will be presiding over the preliminary hearing calendar for this morning. As I call the calendar, please make your announcements. The first case I have on the calendar is the State of Georgia versus Andrew Jr. Wade. I do understand that there's a conflict attorney needed, so we're going to reset that for May 17, 2023. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Also, position 5, we have the State of Georgia versus Jamarcus Tion Baker. That's actually a misdemeanor charge, so that's going to be moved to the misdemeanor calendar and reset for May 9th, 2023. Position 6, we have the State of Georgia versus Sienna Bowe. Is the state ready?
State's ready.
Nicole Jones for Mr. Bowe. That's a straight waiver to this morning, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jones, Attorney Jones. Position 10, the State of Georgia versus Jaden Christopher Brooks. Is the state ready?
State's ready.
That'll be hearing, y'all.
Good morning, Attorney Rogers.
Good morning.
Position 11, the State of Georgia versus Quintavious Brown. Is the state ready?
1 second, Your Honor. Believe the state is ready.
And that's my case, Sean. I need to hold on that one. We might be able to work out a bond on it.
Okay. You need to pre-try it or speak with your client?
With 88 Freeman.
Okay. Position 14, as indicated, I'm going to formally put it on the record. The State of Georgia versus Arthur Burks. There was a consent bond reached in that case.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Position 18, the State of Georgia versus Devon Carter. Is the state ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Judge. I've been appointed to represent Mr. Carter. Ms. Freeman, is that one of those no consent bond deals?
Wait 1 second, let me. Yes, this one is part of the group, yes.
Okay, well, Judge, I need to, when appropriate time, I just need to be put into the jail to speak to him about his options, whether he wants to have a hearing or wait.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Toles. Position 21, I have the state of Georgia versus Marcus DeJuan Clark. I understand that's a waiver only.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Who's representing the defendant?
Us, Brandon Lewis.
Okay, thank you. Position 25, the state of Georgia versus Mark Anthony Clayton. State
That's
ready?
the fast track this morning. And I've already forwarded that paperwork to Your Honor.
Okay, who's representing the defendant?
That's Brandon Lewis.
Okay. You did that this morning? I just wanna make
Yes,
sure.
that was part of, that was in that same email.
Okay.
Mhm.
Position 27, the state of Georgia versus Christopher James Daniels. Is the state ready?
Case ready.
Nicole Jones for Mr. Daniels, that will be a bond waiver this morning.
Thank you, Attorney Jones. Position 33, state of Georgia versus Sandra S. Daniels. We're gonna reset that one for May 17, 2023 due to a need for a conflict attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that'll be reset for May 17, 2023. Position 36, we have the state of Georgia versus Chris Julius Irvin.
Yes, Your Honor, I represent Mr. Irvin. We're ready to go forward.
Okay, so that'll be your hearing, Attorney Thomas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, the state's ready. There's a co-defendant on that case, Muse, M-U-S-E. And it's my understanding, that Joanna, Arthur represents that defendant. I don't see her on the Zoom.
Mhm.
If she is not here, we would ask that both cases be heard together. It's a murder case. And we would ask that, if she doesn't log on, that, we reschedule those cases.
Your Honor, and I understand that situation. And of course, I know this is not a consent bond type case. He has a bond hearing to schedule on Friday. And if we're at a situation where we have to reschedule, I just ask the state to kind of work with Ms. Calloway on getting a date.
When you say
Okay.
it's set for a bond hearing on Friday, it's not scheduled in magistrate court.
No, it's
No.
Superior Court bond hearing schedule.
Oh, okay, just make sure, okay.
Okay, so Attorney Thomas, I do agree that the cases, I have looked at the warrants for both, and so I do agree that the cases should be tried together.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're seeking an agreement on a date, because we can give you a date now without, I guess if she hasn't appeared by the.
I'll try to do that, Your Honor. My only issue is I have a co-counsel who is at another matter today, Ms. Calloway, who is basically a lot of the matters, and I just want to make sure that when it's scheduled, she's able to also be either there or the backup for it. But yes, let's go forward with trying to get a date.
Yeah, because I know you said you had to leave, so I have no problem with resetting it. Miss
ma'am.
Mary, are we still using the 17 or do you need additional time? Attorney Thomas or ADA Freeman?
17th of May, Your Honor.
Yes.
Yes.
Will that work, ADA Freeman, or no?
Well, Judge, what I would ask, because we're continuing these other cases to the 17th, which, you know, in all likelihood will be hearings, and I would just ask if we can put maybe the murder case on that following Monday. I think the 17th is a Wednesday. Would we be able to just to carry it to May 22nd? I just don't want the 17th.
I've got to be out with Judge Carter on that day anyway in Clayton County.
Okay. So, Ms. Mary, do you have, can we use May 22nd? That's actually my calendar too.
That's your calendar. Yeah, that'll work because we may not be able to use the 17th anymore today anyway.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's do May 22nd.
Okay, and Judge, what I'll do is, if there is an issue with Detective Gant that day, I will let the court know as well as Attorney Thomas and Arthur, but otherwise the 22nd should work.
Okay. Is that your only case on the calendar today, Attorney Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor, it is. If I can be excused, please.
You are free to go, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Position 40, the state of Georgia versus Marcus Frazier, that has been reset to May 17, 2023. In light of the fact that the defendant needs a conflict attorney, is that correct?
That's correct.
Position 43, the state of Georgia versus Dion Anthony Gaines Jr. Is the state ready?
Judge, it's my understanding, and I actually just got an email from Commander Hunter with the Sheriff's Office. So Deputy Taylor, who is on a lot of these cases, is out today and is not available for any work duties, is what the email reads. He said it was something that happened last minute and asked that his cases be rescheduled. And so, and he is on one of Mr. Gaines' cases. And so in light of that, we would ask that it be also rescheduled for May 17th.
Yeah, I think she said we can't use the 17th.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're looking at the 22nd.
Well, the 22nd, the only thing, and I guess that should be fine, because some of the co-defendants are going to be split.
Oh, okay, he's part of the co-defendant case. Okay, can we, Ms. Mayor, can we use, is it just the one,
yeah.
is this just the one defendant or we have a couple of more?
There's some more, but Gaines is part of that also.
If we want to keep them all together, Cheryl, then we need to use the 17th. But then anybody who's not part of that co-defendant, my suggestion is we use it May 22nd.
Right.
Okay, so let's just, because I mean, I have voluminous calendars all the time, so we can reset that for May 17th. We can reset.
Okay.
So Gaines is May 17th.
Yes, Gaines will be 17.
Yes. I'm sorry, who's the attorney on that? I didn't ask if they had any objection. Who's the attorney for Gaines?
Judge, that's been assigned to Joanna Arthur.
Okay. Miss Arthur, she was on my calendar on
Monday.
Is
Right,
she getting notice? I mean, is she getting notice?
I haven't heard from Joanne. I actually sent her an email regarding that defendant when we finished court Monday, but I haven't heard back from her. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, because normally she communicates with me, Judge.
Okay. Well,
Judge, I think she may be on trial somewhere. I'm not positive.
Okay.
She might be, yeah.
Okay, so we'll reset that to May 17th.
So when we finish with the calendar, I have a little procedure complaint that we need to talk to Carly about.
Okay, I believe it's about the notice of appearance, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we could just address it now. Like, we really need attorneys to enter the notices of appearance so we can know who the continuance notices should be sent to and placed on. So it's very important that attorneys enter notice of appearance because it helps us provides the attorneys with adequate notice of any continuance or hearings. So
I'll make sure that it's happening with Mr. Schoolcraft. All I can do with the contractors is send out an email asking them to do it.
Okay. All righty then. That's all we ask. Let's move forward. Position 47, the state of Georgia versus Kajim Green. That's been reset for May 17th as well, 2023, in need of a conflict attorney. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Position 50, state of Georgia versus Nora Harris. Is the state ready?
State's ready.
We may be able to work out a bond. Just need to finish speaking with Ms. Freeman about it.
Okay. Position 51, the state of Georgia, oh no, it's the same case. I'm sorry, same defendant. Position 52, the state of Georgia versus Jessica Claire Hasselbrook.
State's ready.
And Ms. Hasselbrook advised that she is in the process of hiring her own attorney, so she would like a continuance.
There's no objection, Judge. If that one could go on the 22nd.
Okay. Did she indicate how long she would need Attorney Rogers?
She didn't specify, but I advised her it would probably be around either 2 weeks or a month, just the way things are.
Okay, we can reset, Ms. Mayor, we can reset that one for May 22nd. That'll be my calendar. Position 55, State of Georgia versus Monisha Holloway.
State's ready.
And that'll be a hearing.
And then for the record, Attorney Pleasant, you're representing the defendant, correct?
That's correct.
Position 61, the state of Georgia versus Freddie Cortez Huff. State ready.
State's ready.
Nicole Jones for Mr. Huff. That is a bond waiver today, Your Honor.
And then Attorney Jones, I just let you in again, or do you have two devices or?
I'm also in Douglas County for a hearing, so
Okay.
I'm gonna finish the calendar and go in there too. So
Okay,
yeah, I do
okay.
have two devices.
Okay, because I was looking in the waiting room and I let you in and you were speaking. I said, oh, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So that's gonna be a bond waiver. Position 64, the state of Georgia versus Alarius Pablo Ibarra.
State's ready.
Ms. Freeman, I sent you a text. That's gonna be a fast track this morning.
Sorry.
Who was that echo?
I think it's probably from Ms. Jones. She got two devices. It may be Ms. Jones. Yeah, okay. You said fast track?
Yes, fast track this morning.
Thank you. Position 66, I have the state of Georgia versus Enrico K. Jackson. That's actually gonna be reset to a misdemeanor calendar for May 9th, 2023. In light of the dismissal of the criminal damage and the second degree charge. Who's representing the? I don't think we know who's representing the defendant, so.
It was my case, Shannon, but it'll be probably reassigned. But yeah, if it's a dismissal involved, you can probably assume I had something to do with it.
Just on, okay, but it's just on the criminal damage. You are correct. Yes, definitely on the criminal damage and the second degree charge. But yes, so noted. So noted for the record, Attorney Rogers. Position 69, the state of Georgia versus Jamari James. That's going to be reset for May 17, 2023. In light of the fact that the defendant needs a conflict attorney. Position 72, the state of Georgia versus Jawan Jenkins. That's also going to be reset for May 17, 2023. In light of the fact that the defendant needs a conflict attorney. Position 76, state of Georgia versus Markel Anthony Jones. That's also going to be reset for May 17, 2023. In light of the fact that the defendant needs a conflict attorney. Position 80, the state of Georgia versus LaRon Elante Jordan. Is the state ready?
State's ready.
Dismissed last week. That was a statute of
It was.
limitations case
Yes.
that I, Mr. Rogers, had.
That was you, Attorney Pleasant, yes.
That's right. That was submitted before.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you guys got a signature on that, just to make sure? No.
Yes, he's been released.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
So noted for the record, Attorney Pleasant. Position 81, the state of Georgia versus Nigel Lee.
That'll be a bond this morning.
Okay. And just for the record, we did add, I don't know if you got the updated calendar, but we added the 2 misdemeanor charges to Mr. Lee's case. Were you aware of that, A.D. Freeman?
No, but if they aren't related to his felony case and they can't be added.
Well, it appeared to be related, I guess, we had him on the misdemeanor calendar yesterday. And so SGA Brooks was indicating that it was related to his arrest on the felony charges. So he asked that we move it to a felony calendar. So I did look at the warrants and it does appear that it's related. It was the same incident date, and apparently the 2 charges of obstruction or hindering a law enforcement officer, and the theft by, so that was when he fled from the officer once they got to the jail, I think, according to the warrant. And then the theft by taken was it appears to be the handcuffs, I guess, of the law enforcement officer.
Okay.
Doing the arrest.
Okay. So just, I would say just hold, because I need to look at it because that changes a little bit the amount that we had already worked out a consent bond for, because I didn't have those 2 charges.
Well, it shouldn't be much more because they're, misdemeanors.
It shouldn't be. I just need to before.
Well, yeah, that's why I wanted to inform you of that, because Miss Mary figured it would probably be a discussion with you. So I told her I could have that discussion with you when I called the calendar. Just because, like I said, he was, SG Brooks was adamant that we should move it to the felony calendar in light of the pending charges.
Okay.
So yeah, you can revisit it. You can revisit it if you need to.
Okay. At the end of the calendar, I'll talk with Attorney Pleasant and we'll work it out.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine.
Position 93, the state of Georgia versus Deontay DeQuavius May. State ready?
1 second. Did we say Deontay May?
Mm-hmm.
He's part of the co-defendant case, Judge, with Deputy Taylor, that I asked that we reschedule to May 17th.
Okay.
Actually, that is my case and it's a waiver. It's Nicole Jones.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Jones. Position 97, the state of Georgia versus Savion Mays, M-A-Y-E-S, Savion. That's reset for May 17, 2023. In light of the fact that defendant needs a conflict attorney, is that correct? A.D. Freeman?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Position 101, the state of Georgia versus Kiarion Muse. I believe
Represented by Joanna Arthur. Right. That's the co-defendant to Dwight Thomas's case. That's been reset for May 22nd.
So we'll go ahead and reset that for May 22nd as well, Miss Mary. Miss Mary, do you have that for Muse?
I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Position 105, we have the state of Georgia versus Marvin Lee Neal. Is the state ready?
State's ready.
I anticipate a bond waiver, but we just need to arm it up a little bit.
Okay. Thank you. Position 107, the state of Georgia versus Brandon Corey Powell.
The state's ready.
Attorney Freeman, that case is already bounded over to Judge Carter's courtroom.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, to who courtroom? I didn't hear that.
Judge Carter already
Okay,
bounded
thank
over.
you. Okay, thank you.
And Judge, with that, can also Holloway be excused? He was on, and the co-defendant of that case did a consent bond.
Okay. Yes.
All right, thank you. Also, Holloway, if you can hear me, you can be excused.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
I'm sorry, not Carter, it's Malone. Malone.
Oh, okay, Malone. Thank you. Position 109, the state of Georgia versus Antonio Hakeem Reeves. That's been reset for May 17, 2023, in light of the fact that the defendant needs a conflict attorney. Is that correct, ADA Freeman?
That's correct.
Position 113, the state of Georgia versus Dante Marcus Smith. Is the state ready?
State's ready.
Attorney Nicole Jones for Mr. Smith. That's a bond waiver this morning, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, I'm loving you this morning, Attorney Jones. You got all these bond waivers for me. Thank you for your
I'm trying to
effort.
work with you today.
I know. Thank you for your efforts. Position 114, the state of Georgia versus Damian Glenn Terrell Venable.
State's ready.
And that's gonna be a fast track,
I'm sorry to hear you, Attorney Rogers.
Gonna be a fast track.
Fast track. Thank you. Position 115, the state of Georgia versus Jerry Antonio Williams.
The state's ready.
Your Honor, that's my case as well. Yeah, let me speak to Mr. Williams and see what he wants to do. I'll report back.
Okay. Position 117, the state of Georgia versus Therese Williams Jr.
And Judge, that's one of the co-defendants that, again, we're asking that to be placed on May 17th.
And
Okay.
Judge, that's Mr. Schoolcraft's case, which is why I'm here today. He's on trial. No objection. I'll let him know.
Okay, and that's for May 17th. Do you have any other cases on the calendar?
That is it, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
So that's gonna be reset to May 17th, Miss Mary.
Okay.
That will conclude the calling of the calendar this morning. Is there anyone present that did not hear their client's name called or their case name called? Okay. With that said, at this time, I believe that some attorneys has asked either to speak with ADA Freeman, and then I believe Attorney Toles has asked to speak with his client. Is there anyone else that needed to speak with their clients at the jail? Okay, so let me do this, Attorney Toles. I'm gonna put you in breakout room number 1 to speak with your clients, and then I'll do breakout room number 2 for you, ADA Freeman. I believe is Attorney Rogers. You need to speak with ADA Freeman.
Yes, ma'am. And we're still streaming, just so you know.
Okay, thank you.